Will here. Today we're going to be taking Storm through the Cosmic Trial. Real quick, just kind of run over through of the character. This is our Tempest gauge. We are going to build this up the whole way. When that builds up, it will activate her Tempest Surge. When Tempest Surge is available, I can use my Storm Surge and my Billion Volt Strike. Our signature Typhoon resets our Tempest Surge, or fills it all the way up, I should say. We only need about 900 and some Tempest to be able to get our Tempest Surge to be up all the time. So the buff from it right here, all these attack speed, movement speed, base damage, all that, that'll be up 100%. So I did put my only infinity points because I only do 150 on these builds. I put all of them into my deep thought to get 375 more Tempest. I could cut that way down, but even if I put the 5 or 10 points I needed in this, then I have 140 points to put my attack speed, but I wouldn't get the plus $1 attributes, so I just threw them all in here. But you can play with it. You could also not put any points into your mind attribute at all, your mind, so just put them all to the attack speed node, and you could maybe get an artifact like Cybernetic Implant that gives you Tempest, something to give you over that 950-ish range. You can toy with yourself. I'm just going kind of lazy mode, I guess, and just dumped it all in there. So we're going to use our Electrocute, just hold that down. Our Lightning Storm, Crash and Hail, we'll throw those both down in areas. And then our Tornadoes is kind of our main cast. So I'm going to use the Tornadoes and the Billion Volt Strike to time my Lightning Storm and Crashing Hail, because they've got a duration. A couple of things to note. We do have power duration on her slot 3. I also have power duration on my Dr. Doom medallion. So just some things to help me get so I can always have my Tempest Surge up. So I'll hop in and see how it does. Then you may have noticed I was clicking through my inventory. I don't have a legendary equipped on her right now. If you're having trouble, obviously it's a great way to get a ton more power. I just have one on somebody else right now because I'm doing these trials. I've constantly throwing those legendaries on different characters, and I spent all my Odins, and I didn't want to transfer one over at the crafter. So if you are having trouble clearing, feel a little low on power, obviously, then throw on a legendary. One thing I did do is I made sure to bless my artifacts, because that is a ton of power on those. And for my artifacts, I went with some that are fairly easy to farm up. I actually spent a lot of time trying to figure out which ones to put on, because I didn't want to put anything that was like too hard to farm or required too much farming, but that was useful. And all this will be on the build on the Bugle site, so you can see it. All right. One thing to note, so I can have 100% uptime, like I said, on my buff. I do want to let my Tempest go all the way down, though, before I cast my signature. Because the signature is going to come up in 8 seconds. It'll be up before my Tempest is out. Which is kind of like why maybe if I had a little less Tempest, it'd be a little bit more optimal. Because when my Tempest goes to 0 and I use my signature to reset it all the way back up, then my Storm Surge comes off cooldown to cast again. So I'm actually not very optimized at all by having too much Tempest right now. I want to kind of try to get yourself at the point where you can have it up 100% and refresh it, but not so that you're kind of sitting there for a while like I was waiting for it to come off. Because like if I use my signature right now, which is up, my Typhoon, it wouldn't reset the cooldown on my Storm Surge. So you see, by the time I'm out of Tempest, my Storm Surge cooldown's almost up anyways. But just not super optimal. So the part where Storm's going to shine in this trial is clearing the trash. She does great with AoE. And then, so you'll kind of get ahead of the clock with that. And then you might fall behind a little bit or struggle a little bit more when it comes to clearing out the boss itself, because her signal target is not as good. To kind of clarify some of the things guidelines I set for these. I only use 150 IP. I said I put all those into my Mind Gem for the bonus to the Tempest. Also, I'm sure if you are watching me play, you can see countless times throughout the play where I don't hit an ability kind of as quick as possible. I already talked about how I'm not very optimal with my Tempest right now. You don't have to be frame perfect to clear these trials at all. So don't be afraid to give them a shot. A general kind of rule of thumb on these trials too is if you can beat Madam Hydra without using your ultimate, you're probably going to clear the trial. In a lot of ways, Red Skull's a little bit easier. His shielding happens at like 66 and 33% or 75 and 25 or something. It's that set percentages. I can't remember exactly what. But like with Madam Hydra, you can sometimes only get one shield based on how quickly you kill her, and sometimes you get three if it's taking a little bit longer. So I will pop my ultimate when Red Skull comes out, because why not? You probably don't need to, but I will. Just to help clear out the rest of the trash. So you see there I casted my signature, my Typhoon, before my Tempest was out, and it reset my Tempest back to full, but it didn't reset the cooldown on my Storm Surge. So if you're playing Storm and you're enjoying her, and this build is working for you too, Bob's Storm Guide is kind of like the go-to. He kind of had this character solved back in live. This build is heavily based off of it, so I'd recommend looking there if you want to play Storm into the end game. Alright, so there's Red Skull. Like I said, I will pop my ultimate. Sorry, excuse me. Alright, shield on Red Skull, so we'll go over and take out the Sentinel.
Cannot do that.
High-level threat detected.
I cannot do that.
Foul mutant, I shall wipe your kind from the earth. No,
And that's the trial done. Like I said, about a minute to spare. I didn't even have legendary equipped. I did not have many relics on. You could probably go with Atlantis for the bonus crit. Again, I just have them on another character I'm about to do a trial on. Blessings on all of your artifacts is a big area of damage. River of the Soul is super helpful. I did have a yellow ring with some crit and brute on it. All her own uniques at level 60. The shield on medkit use is super helpful. My dog is not fully leveled up, only has 2 speed. You could get a lot more power from your pet too. So there's a lot of room to grow on this build based on what I equipped it on. So you should have no problem clearing it with this. Thanks.